Silence is required in making the jump. If only noise, all that would be heard are the thousand reasons why. Silence is required in foundation to your creations above the surface. As you elevate, feel the climate change. The winds blow stronger the higher you go. Silence is required in your return back down to earth, to your source of warmth below, with weathered hands over a waiting fire. I love that last line. In this video, I'd like to invite you to take an audit of your day. And what does that mean exactly? Where does the silence fit into your day? Where does the silence fit into your day? Because so often I look around at all this commotion, and I know you can resonate with this as well. And I think, where are we all going? It's like, where are we all going? What's the rush? And who started the rush? Because someone started the rush. And it just snowballed into this collective rush. So that's a great one to think about when breaking certain belief patterns. And my goal with this video, and really with all the videos that I do, is to attempt to nudge you a little bit in terms of your thinking patterns. Because if you have someone that asks you the right questions, right, in therapy, coaching, one-to-one work, you'll start to get the sense that you can mold these things how you like. And you can have this big internal structure, this big thing that you thought was solid. But all of a sudden, you start raising the right questions around this belief system. And you just kick out the legs from underneath really easily. And realize that it was very fragile all along. And the whole internal belief system comes crashing down in an instant. So let's start with the first part of this poem that I wrote here, okay? Let's start with the first part. Silence is required in making the jump. If only noise, all that would be heard are the thousand reasons why. Whatever it is that you're working on, you need the silence as your backbone. It is your safe space for you to come back to whenever. If only noise, all that's left, right, are those voices telling you not to do the thing. All those voices telling you why you shouldn't do the thing, giving you all the reasons not to do it. Listing off, right? This reason, this reason, this reason, this reason, this reason. And they just keep coming. So let's move on to the second part here. Silence is required in foundation to your creations above the surface. As you elevate, feel the climate change. The winds blow stronger the higher you go. What you are building, what you're working on, use the silence as your foundational level, as your strong base below the surface. The thing that you built that thing down there, but only you know it's there. And so that when you go above the surface and you're creating things, you have that trust of a strong foundation. You have that knowledge. And you build more things. You start building more things and you feel a fuller expression of you. You feel the climate change. And as you go higher, the more vulnerable you become to criticism. The winds blow stronger. Okay? Let's go to the third part here. This is great, by the way. This is phenomenal. Silence is required in your return back down to earth, to your source of warmth below, with weathered hands over a waiting fire. I love that last line. And in relation to the last section, of course, I'm talking here about always having the silence available to you in your return back down from working on things. Right? Your source to confide in you. That's certainty. I think about building a house as an example here. And having that solid, right, foundational level of cement underneath. And you can always go down to that place, right, for quiet and comfort. That little basement down there on the cement, with weathered hands over a waiting fire. That warm place. That waiting fire. The fire is always down there, going. Waiting for you. Absolutely love that last line. And I had in mind here the beginning, middle, and end with the three parts. And I see that as a cycle, right? The beginning, middle, and end. We have in making the jump as the beginning, in foundation, and in your return. Right? There's a cycle there. There's a cycle there. One thing I would like to say as well is that if you did find value out of this video and you're an online business owner or agency owner like myself, I will leave a link down below if you're interested in learning more, and we can see if there's an opportunity to work together one-on-one with this. Because this is the most important work you can do for yourself. Right? Leaving all that commotion, that external commotion, out of it, and addressing the internal world of silence and creativity with your work. The creative aspect. And from my experience, the creative aspect, the creativity comes from the silence, from being alone. And I think you'll see that as a common theme among creative people, creators. And from addressing the internal world as well, what I've experienced is that it will skyrocket your quality of work. Really acute quality and creativity specific to you. Alrighty. That's all. Thanks.